Today, there's a big surprise in store.
Wow.
Oh.
With some things no one wants to see.
You think I'm putting those on?
As it starts to get tricky.
You've got a sitting room which just feels too big and a kitchen which doesn't feel big enough.
For both of us.
I don't like it. I do like the sunshine. The sunshine's fabulous.
Clutching at straws here.
Can we bring this battle to an end?
Are you going to love it?
Or list it.
We're back on the road, and today we're in the sought-after town of Purley, near Croydon.
Oh, the joys of Purley.
Purley makes me think of Purley Kings and Queens. It's not the same.
Makes me think of Terry and June. That 70s sitcom.
You are showing your age, Phil.
Terry and June, middle-aged couple, move to suburbia, kids leave home, midlife crisis ensues. It's a classic. It's a classic story, and here we are.
Do you think we'll have a midlife crisis when our kids leave home?
I hope so, anyway. I'll have ready-made excuses for poor behaviour.
You don't need any excuses for poor behaviour, Phil.
I think I'm having a crisis.
You just do poor behaviour at the drop of a hat.
I don't know what she means. But here, in the heart of suburbia, we're on our way to help Tony Congdon and Chris Atwood, a couple in crisis over the future of a 4-bed bungalow they bought 22 years ago.
When we actually walked into this house, it just offered something different, and it was exciting.
Words don't do justice. I think it's a case of a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Picture, if you will, a normal-looking house with a normal-looking lounge and a curtain that opens up onto a...
When we describe our house to people, we tell people that our lounge has a swimming pool in it. Well, basically, the lounge is the swimming pool. It does really look like a 1980s porn set.
Since you put that grass thing outside, what's it called?
Oh, yeah, pampas grass in the front garden.
Pampas grass outside. Several people have said it's a swinger's house.
With the 80s-style pool in lieu of a living room, I can see where the confusion might have arisen.
I don't want to have a pool in my lounge anymore, especially one I don't use. I don't want to have a galley kitchen. I do not want to live in this house anymore. I don't like the location, I don't like living in suburbia, and I don't like living in Purley.
What I like most about this house is the location, in that it's in a nice, almost country area. We can go walking if we want, which, you know, in this day and age is almost unusual. I've lived in this area for about 30 years. I've got no real demand on me to move.
Except for Chris, maybe? She hates the shady garden. But for keen cyclist Tony, there's no place like home for him and his bikes.
It's got a double garage or a man cave, which is really useful. So it does tick a lot of boxes.
I think Kirstie could change this house to make it much easier to live in, but basically I would still like to leave.
Enough said. Hold on to your car keys, Kirstles. We're going in.
Well, what joys have we got today? It's funny looking.
It's beautiful. I love... It feels like a tree house all up in the trees like that.
A tree house.
Is that the garage we're on top of?
Yeah, it is.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, how lovely to meet
Hi.
you. Come on in.
Thank you very much.
It's my job to turn this swinging 60s bungalow into somewhere Chris and Tony both love.
Whereas I have the more enviable task of showing them what else is on the market that doesn't have a pool in the living room. Speaking of which...
Oh, my word.
That is...
Don't you dare fall in.
No, I'm not going to fall in.
I must say, I've never seen anything like this genuinely inside the house.
Yeah.
No.
So it was here when you bought the house?
Yeah. We decided that we wanted a party house. And now we don't really, do we?
I think it's lovely, and I'd love to visit it and play in it.
But you don't want to own it.
But owning it...
No, you can't sell this house without getting rid of the pool, to be honest. I'm just going to move off this slope, because Phil's desire to push me in is quite extreme. I can feel his fingers itching.
She knows me too well.
It's kind of quite surreal, isn't it? Having a cup of coffee next to your pool in your living room, virtually.
It is, yeah.
You must have had a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, we had some great parties.
So who wants to love, who wants to list?
I want to love.
I want to list.
Why are you so keen to go, Chris?
I don't like Purley. I would like to live in a town that was buzzy, bars, cafes, shops, people.
Chris, have you got somewhere in mind?
I really like Brighton, Hove, that area.
What I'd be interested in hearing is why Tony doesn't want to move.
He actually is always happy in his own space and doing what he's doing and doing what he's always done.
Sweeping generalisation on my part, but it's often the case as us blokes just kind of settle into our environment.
Yeah, we're happy, aren't we?
It's
Yeah.
anything for an easy life.
Is that fair, Tony?
I think that's a fair assessment, yeah. I like it around here. I've got all my mates live around here. I like the house, like it's a nice location. There's a big playing field over there, so you've got a little bit of green space. You're virtually in London. And you can, like, I love cycling, so you can cycle all the way down to Brighton.
How long has this debate been going on?
About between 8 and 10 years, I would say. Maybe...
Wow, that's
Really?
quite long.
That is a long one.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Aside from the area, talk to us about the house.
I really like entertaining, and this house is difficult to entertain in. I'm stuck in the
Unless
kitchen.
you're coming for a swim.
Yeah.
Absolutely, but when we invite friends round, I like to invite 8 to 10 people. Well, our dining space isn't big enough.
Given that you hate the area and hate the house, I think things are looking pretty good for team listening.
They are, aren't they?
Admittedly, it does feel like I'm on the back foot, but this pool area represents 710 square feet that I could turn into something fabulous.
Galley kitchen. I can quite see why Chris isn't keen on this.
All about the pool. That's where all the space is.
With the pool gone, the living space will be huge.
That's a box bedroom.
Yeah, well, that's a double, but a small one.
Bathroom needs updating. Good size, so 2 doubles and a single so far.
But in terms of resaleability, people will expect the bedrooms to match up to the living space.
What's the master like?
Good.
Oh, that's
actually.
nice.
It's got a dressing room, ensuite.
The rest of the space at this end of the house just feels really tight.
The bedroom size is a little disappointing, but it's the pool area that's in my crosshairs.
It really is quite a sight to behold, this.
There's one thing missing, Phil, from this.
I dread to think what you were about to say.
I brought your trunks.
You are joking. You think I'm putting those on? You think I'm putting those on? You wouldn't want to see me in those, that's for sure. But I bet that's seen plenty of action.
I bet that has seen plenty of action,
Like
absolutely.
kind of Hugh Hefner's Surrey retreat, this
It
is.
is. It is.
It was all the rage back in the 80s.
I know. It's a pity. I hate the idea of filling it in, but this could be an amazing kitchen.
Which would solve one of Chris's main bugbears. But there are plenty more. Not to worry, as I have a fantastic budget of £80,000 to tackle them all. We set up our cameras to see how Chris and Tony use the rooms. On average, they both spend around 20% of their time in the galley kitchen, and in the evening, 66% of their time in the sitting room. The swimming pool is barely used except for the odd special occasion, or when Tony dons his swimming trunks a few times a year. So I reckon Club Tropicana is closing its doors.
This is
You've got to use this, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's a total sun trap.
Yeah.
Absolutely glorious.
It's got the view.
You put decking on here, you put willow fence up so you're a bit more private, and you put double doors in there through to your kitchen.
Which would give Chris her place in the sun. That said, there's still a major issue I'm going to struggle with.
It's going to be tricky. I'm glad I'm on Team List It here.
She really hates the house more than she hates Purley. I think not being able to entertain, the house not looking right, really drives her crazy.
And we've got to take into account, I think that there's probably more to Tony than maybe meets the eye, because they've been having this argument for 8 years. So he is pretty bedded into him and his mates and life in Purley.
I think there's a possibility that this one, which looks like it's an absolute slam dunk for Team Phil, might not be as much of a certainty as you think.
Yes, I think Tony's more stubborn than he's letting on. Luckily, I've got 800 grand to play with. It might be a hefty budget, but perhaps not by the coast.
especially because if they were to move, they'd be spending £30,000 in stamp duty and over 12 grand in legal and moving costs. That's a whopping 42 grand. Ouch.
Yes, Kirstie, but Chris hates the house and, surprisingly, the area. So moving is clearly a much better use of their money.
Let's just say you were to list it.
Yep.
What would you look for? What should I be out there searching for? Give me the whole shebang.
I'd love to live on the coast. I'd like to live in an area that is a village or town. I want it to be buzzy. I think we need at least 2 bathrooms, large lounge, large dining kitchen. Number of bedrooms, I don't care, really.
Double garage is my thing, man cave. That is the main thing.
So I'm looking for a coastal property with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a large kitchen diner. And, of course, space for Tony to tinker in.
You've been wanting to move for 8 years and you haven't convinced Tony.
That's right, yeah.
It's now down to me, is it?
It is,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yes, please.
You're the man for it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Tony, please. Right, OK, well, we've both got a big job to do.
Yeah.
If I can create a really good house, you never know, you might be a little reluctant to let go of it.
You never know. You
never know.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about seeing the plans because there's so many options with this house.
Put it in my hand, I'm not looking up in case you've got those trunks on.
I haven't got the trunks on.
But I did bring you a cocktail. Well, I love the pool. It's almost sad to think the next time I come here, you would have probably ruined it.
I love the pool. I would love to keep the pool.
I would hope that it's almost obvious what solution
I'll just convince Tony to actually list it, won't I?
Maybe, you can try, yeah.
Yeah.
I need some petrol in the tank because I've got a lot of driving to do around the south coast.
OK.
And Tony to be more amenable than he has been in the last 8 years. Which isn't very. So on that note...
Right. I think here's to flexibility.
Yeah.
Straight to flexibility.
Flexibility. And bunny girls.
Oh.
I love it here because really I've lived here for so many years and I don't really see a need to move. I wouldn't say I'm stubborn.
Chris, however, would beg to differ.
I've been trying to make Tony move for about 10 years now. I wanted to move to the coast and Tony wanted to stay. In fact, I've almost given up.
In good old Purley, we take on the strangest of houses.
Our lounge has a swimming pool in it. It tends to look a little bit like an 80s porn set.
Needless to say, Phil feels right at home.
It really is quite a sight to behold, this.
I brought your trunks.
You are joking. You think I'm putting those on?
I've got 80 grand to convince Chris to love this house.
And I have a budget of 800 grand and the arduous job
Always a hard life searching for houses on the beach.
of helping Chris pry Tony away. This debate has been going on for about 10 years. Chris wants to ditch suburbia and her swimming pool in favour of the hustle and bustle of seaside life. Tony, he just wants to stay put. The thing is, coastal properties come at a serious premium, especially if you want a garden. That said, I think I've come up with something pretty special for my first house in everyone's favourite seaside town, Brighton.
So a hot day on the seaside, eh?
You can't beat it, can you?
Well, I'm glad you said that,
It's
Tony.
playing into your hands, isn't it?
Well, I've got a bit of a gem to show you,
Oh, great.
because I think it combines what both of you are after.
I didn't think it was possible to actually come up with anything that would satisfy both of us.
We'll find out soon enough. Set back from the street and just a 20-minute walk to the beach is this unique property.
And that is what we've come to see.
That
Wow,
looks
that's
really
really interesting.
That is very nice.
Yeah.
But it comes with parking spaces for 2,
Yeah.
as well as that unit there.
And what is that unit?
Well, it's currently set up as a bedroom with an ensuite bathroom and a garden behind
Fantastic.
it. It's a very grown-up shed.
Yeah.
And I'm grown up.
And Tony can still put his bikes in it, because that's what he does. Yeah.
Or when you get fed up with each other, there's a separate
That's
unit
it,
there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look both so pleased about that idea.
Fantastic.
Ready to have a look in?
Yeah,
Definitely,
yes,
yes.
please. Come on.
And it only gets better inside.
Oh, this is a wow one, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's quite cool, isn't it?
fantastic.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Bifolds.
This eco house, equipped with solar panels, is on the market at a guide price of £750,000. Downstairs, there's a stunning open-plan living area with a very cool modern kitchen, perfect for Chris to impress dinner party guests. And bifold doors open up onto a south-facing garden. It also has 3 bedrooms, the master on the ground floor and 2 upstairs.
There are 3 bedrooms.
Yep.
But this is living, dining, eating, cooking. I mean, I know you're big on entertaining, but
Yes, but no, it's perfect.
How much space do you
Absolutely.
need?
It is absolutely
No,
perfect.
it's adequate. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
What's not to like?
what's not to like?
Yeah.
I am struggling.
Good to hear Tony's so on board. It's around 30% smaller than their current home, but a coastal property is more likely to be smaller with their budget. However, it's a real selling point.
This is special. It's south-facing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's not overlooked. Loads of sun, which is what, of course,
it's
you don't
beautiful.
get at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It looks
It's
as if it's going to be in the sun all day.
yeah.
Yeah.
And a barbecue.
No, it is. It's fantastic.
It's got your names written all over
It
it.
has. It has.
I'm worried, Phil.
I've only just started.
No, it is. It's fantastic.
It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah. That is really good.
Finding a property so central to Brighton and with a garden has been a real find.
Oh, wow. Just absolutely brilliant.
And it hasn't gone unnoticed.
Oh, this is a nice little room. Oh, there's the grass roof.
Chilling at the seaside. At an amazing property. Even Tony's impressed. That'll make her day.
Along with the house, the shed gets the thumbs up too.
Oh, what's in here, Chris?
Wow. Wow, this is neat,
Nice
isn't
little
it?
space, isn't it?
Yeah, more skylights. Absolutely fantastic.
How are you getting on?
It's really nice. Oh, it's
Nice,
fantastic.
amazing space, isn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
Brilliant, yeah.
And as a whole package, how are we doing?
Frighteningly so.
I think for me, it's just fantastic. It ticks all the boxes for me. But then I'm the one that wants to leave.
Yeah.
Tony?
Yes, it does tick out a lot of boxes, yeah. So, yeah.
It's somewhere that when I found it, I could just picture you living here, having a good time.
We would.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would.
I would like to see somewhere that's not so much of a town.
That's interesting. I only like towns. But that's the difference between us.
And herein lies the problem.
I would be surprised if Phil can find anything to beat this in Brighton. In fact, anything to beat this in any seaside town.
I'd like to see something that was a little bit, had a bit more space in it, so it's a little bit further out.
This has gone better than I dared hope. But the reality is I've still got 2 very different sets of requirements, and the challenges are quite extreme to try and merge them. So whilst I'm quietly pleased as punch with this one, I'm not resting on my laurels.
They may still be poles apart, but at least they both like Brighton.
Well, I'm never going to compete with a coastal property for Chris, but I am going all out to make this her dream home.
This is an amazing outlook. I hear what Chris is saying about Purley, but there's something very special about this house, and I think it could be made even more special.
I have a budget of £80,000 to get rid of the pool and maximise the value of this house, which is an issue right now.
The problem is the valuation.
Yes.
Because currently it's valued at 640, and that's the average of the valuations.
Yes.
The agents say the ceiling price of a house like this is 758,000. So that does show how much the pool is damaging
Yes.
the value of the house. My feeling is that this house could be made very, very special and marketed for a good amount.
Yeah.
Lovely, yeah.
So, how to do that?
Under my plan, we'll be filling in the pool and using that room to create one large kitchen dining space. With patio doors leading out onto a terrace on the garage roof. The current kitchen is being knocked through to the sitting room to make it a large living space. I'd also like to move Chris's office to the conservatory and use that room as a utility.
No, I think that's fantastic. I'm really surprised. I didn't expect to like it, but I do. There is one question.
Yes.
Why did you put the kitchen that side, not the lounge that side?
Because I don't think you want to walk through your kitchen. A lounge lends itself to being hall-like much more than a kitchen does. You also want your kitchen as far away from your bedrooms as possible, just from smell, extraction, all of that. Taking out the fireplace and the chimney costs a fortune. You don't want to be mucking around with that.
I actually really like it. And I'm surprised I like it.
It is very good.
Yeah.
It's a big job and the budget will be tight, but even Chris seems enthused.
I always think it's a pity that Phil isn't here when I reveal my plans, because all that talk of listing it disappears and the deal is done. Oh well, he'll have to wait until the work's finished.
I thought Kirstie's plans were absolutely fantastic. I was really surprised. I really didn't expect to like them as much. It actually delivers on every front, apart from the fact that it's still in Purley.
Before the build begins, it's time to bid goodbye to the pool with one final hurrah.
We're having a party today, end of pool party. The pool's going to go and...
The builders are moving in.
That's
So
it.
it's a bit sad, but what a lovely day to have our final pool party.
Which in Purley means friends and bubbles of all kinds. Before Tony finally throws in the towel. In favour of power saws and jackhammers. The bar has been taken apart and tiles pulled up and thrown into the now empty pool. The builders are also constructing a temporary partition wall so that Chris and Tony can stay in the house. It's taken 5 months and a few tweaks to my plan to get started.
By moving the front door now opens into a hall that sits between the kitchen and the lounge. And for us, that is better because it means that we don't use one as a corridor to get to the other.
Some of the changes make me slightly nervous, and I might need to have a few words further down the line.
My house hunt, however, couldn't be going better. Though there is one slight snag.
The fundamental problem is that you are almost wanting diametrically opposed properties.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We like to give you a challenge.
Chris wants to be in the thick of the action, in the buzz, and Tony, you're more interested in countryside and...
Yeah, being on the edge of it, yeah.
That first house was very much a Chris house. What I've got lined up to show you here is more of a Tony house.
Ah.
They both seem happy with Brighton, but it's really important I gauge how much Chris is willing to compromise on a house that Tony could love that's nearer the countryside. So with a change of season and another change of hair colour for Chris, and a slight change of location, we head to the burbs. So we're in the Withdean area of Brighton.
Oh,
What do you think of that? I mean, it's quite pretty bungalow.
It's well presented, isn't it?
Yeah.
Little palm trees.
And it's 5 minutes to the Downs for Tony. It is a bit further from town.
It is a long way from town.
There's a bus that actually comes down here that would get you into town in 25 minutes, but you could drive it in 15. Oh, dear.
I'm not going to say anything. I don't like it.
Don't like it or don't like where we are on
Everything.
the street?
I do like the sunshine. The sunshine's fabulous.
Clutching at straws here. Come on, we better get inside. Come on.
Not the greatest of starts, but I'm not giving up yet. OK, so the buzz of Brighton is further away. But inside, this spacious detached chalet bungalow has a huge amount to offer. As well as almost 20% more living space than the last house, it has 4 big bedrooms, 2 reception rooms and 2 lovely bathrooms. Outside, the terraced garden has great views and there's a big garage for Tony. On the market at £740,000, it's also 60 grand under budget.
It's actually this area out the back that I think sets this aside. A really slick and cool kitchen.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Great for entertaining. You've got the dining room there.
Yeah.
It's open, it's varied. And you've got a wine fridge, so that should put a smile on Chris's face. There's a utility room at that end.
Yeah. No, it's a very nice... Yeah, it is a very nice kitchen.
I know you're not enamoured with where this house is.
Yes.
At the moment, you're in suburbia and you want to leave that, but then you're in suburbia of Purley. Here, you're in suburbia of Brighton, which is... There's a huge difference between Purley and Brighton.
I just don't like suburbia, I'm sorry.
But we've got to find some compromise.
Yes.
If we're going to move, I think I'll have to compromise more. I think that's the way it'll have to be. So that we live more in town, which is what Chris wants.
Thank you, Tony, that's lovely. He's never said that before. Everything else that Tony wanted from the house, he could have that as long as I got the location.
OK.
Well, that's a massive breakthrough. So if nothing else, this house has been the reality check the guys needed to find a way forward.
I knew that Chris wanted to leave suburbia, so bringing her here was perhaps always going to be a little ambitious, but I was slightly shocked by her reaction. She really doesn't like it at all. But on the other hand, Tony is now talking about perhaps he does need to make compromises in order to keep Chris happy and move into central Brighton. So perhaps it's been a massive positive coming here.
This house has certainly focused their minds on what they really want.
I'd like to be able to walk into town, walk to restaurants, walk to shops, pubs.
I would like to see something like the first house we saw, but with a bit more space. Some storage for outside, so whether it was a big shed or some form of storeroom.
Well, I'm not unduly worried. Positives can absolutely come out of negatives, and we're heading back into town, which is where Chris always wanted to be, and I think Tony's just going to have to come along for the ride.
It's unusual to have a house with swimming pools.
Well, that would depend on its location, Tony.
I've got a swimming pool in the middle of my lounge. Excuse me?
The party's over in Purley's answer to Club Tropicana, as we help Chris and Tony decide whether to love or list their unusual bungalow.
It's like kind of Hugh Hefner's Surrey retreat, isn't it?
It is.
My attempts to woo Tony with some seaside belters in Brighton went down a treat.
What's not to like?
What's not to like?
Yeah.
I am struggling.
The response to my plans was also good, but Chris did question the layout.
Why did you put the kitchen that side, not the lounge that side?
I thought I'd alleviated her concerns, but it appears not.
So here is going to be the front door now. And you're going to come in and you're going to go right to the sitting room and left to the kitchen. And in the new plan, you have to go through the kitchen to get to the bedrooms. This is what is really troubling me. I had always imagined this as a fantastic family kitchen, making it attractive to anybody, and that as a cosy sitting room. If you flip it the other way around, you've got a sitting room which just feels too big, and a kitchen which doesn't feel big enough.
My other concern is that costs have spiralled by 60 grand, putting them more than £30,000 over the projected post-build valuation. Time for some tough love.
Pre-renovation value was 640. The post-renovation value is 748.
I don't believe that that ceiling figure is correct.
You think you could get more?
Yeah, I mean, there are houses that go in this road for more.
But it's a very different kind of thing. Yes. For a start, this is technically a bungalow.
Yeah.
It does have some issues with access and getting from the car to the house.
Yes.
And it does have a limited garden.
Yes.
So all of those elements constrict it. Don't worry, I am not about to try and persuade you back to plan A.
Ah, OK.
So don't worry about that. But looking at the plans now, there are 3 things that I think you can do to keep costs down.
Chris is looking a bit demoralised, though I'm surprised how much money she seems willing to invest in a house she says she doesn't want to live in. But a few simple things could help save some cash, like not straightening this wall, or adding kitchen units under this window, A seat or long table could work just as well. Finally, they could save between £2,500 and £4,000 by changing the plan for the toilet.
Put a WC in this utility room. You can box in the washer and the tumble dryer, make it really attractive, and you can definitely fit it in. It will be a more modest utility room with a toilet, but it won't be hugely compromised. So that's getting rid of a lot of cost involved in getting the drainage out to here and all of this.
I really like the idea of getting rid of that and putting the loo here.
It's amazing the places you can put a bathroom. It's about the plumbing, not the space. A shower, loo and a towel rail don't take up that much room. And while we're on the subject of bathrooms, people often ask me, can I put one in downstairs? The answer is, if you've got a kitchen, you can.
It means you can link into existing drainage, and plumbing has less distance to run. So installing one near a kitchen or combined with a utility room, as I've suggested, saves time and money. While bathrooms can be huge and glamorous, with no expense spared on roll tops and marble, the average cost for buying and installing a new suite starts at around £2,500. And when it comes to size, remember it's not called the smallest room in the house for nothing. In fact, the average size of a bathroom is 4.4 square metres, whilst a downstairs loo can be much smaller at just over a metre squared. More importantly, for these guys, it's a prime part of the budget where they could look to save money.
So I really want to keep this cost down.
Yeah.
Because times are
I know, it's not good, is it?
not good.
Don't know what to say, really. I think that makes a lot of sense. I can go back and look at the sums, look at the estimates on those bits.
That's a huge relief.
So, this is the stuff that is filling in the pool, and it just got delivered while Chris and Tony and I were chatting. Not sure it was chatting, really, more like putting the cat right back amongst the pigeons.
Well, I may have shaken things up a bit, but I hope I've helped to claw back a few thousand of the spend. Meanwhile, the build is moving on, and without much ado, it's bye-bye pool.
And it's hello again to Brighton, as I take Chris and Tony to my final house.
So are things taking shape at home now?
Yeah, things are moving on quite fast. I think we're probably halfway through the build.
And Tony, do you like what you're getting?
I do, yeah, I'm really keen, yeah.
Chris?
Yeah.
Will it change your feelings of the house, do you think, or the area? Or...
No, I don't think so.
So regardless of what Tony does to the house, actually, you're out of that?
I think so, yes. I think so.
Music to your ears, Phil.
Music to my ears, team list.
Yeah, come on, team list it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, a rallying cheer is just what we need, as finding a house that they both like is proving tricky. But with Tony agreeing to compromise with a town centre location if I can find him somewhere with more space, we're heading back into central Brighton for my final flourish.
So here we are.
Yeah.
End of terrace.
Yes.
Yeah?
Over 4 floors, central into town. I mean, you could walk there easy peasy. Walk to the sea, you can walk to all the pubs and restaurants.
Yes.
What do you reckon? I thought it was quite handsome.
I think it's great, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
£4,000 under their £800,000 budget, this spacious Victorian home is 30% bigger than the first house I showed them in town. Known as the Dragonfly House, due to a sculpture left by a previous owner, it has 4 double bedrooms. A large, dual-aspect living room on the first floor, and a fantastic kitchen diner on the ground floor.
See what you think of this.
Oh, yes.
It's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there's lots to see.
dated, but it's big. This is simply for, you know, casual yourself, pals around for a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fun space.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it all in.
Yeah. No, the space it's fantastic space.
It's on for just under 796 grand.
Is it really? Yeah, you see, that's good, isn't it?
It's big.
It's really good.
Yeah.
A lot of square footage for the money.
No, it's fantastic for that price. I expected you to say more than that. Can we go exploring?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go out through the conservatory.
Yeah.
To get such a central location, there had to be a compromise, and here it's the outside space.
So, I mean, you can't call it a garden, it's a yard.
No, it's nice, but it's nice. It's a nice size, isn't it?
But this sunny, attractive courtyard also leads through to something that I know will sell it for Tony.
Tony, welcome to your domain.
Oh, this is lovely, isn't it?
Oh, that's nearly big enough for you, isn't it?
Proper double garage.
Can you use it as a garage? Is that...
Yes.
There's access, drop curb?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could probably get 2 cars in here, and that is a huge bonus. The garden, that's obviously the rub.
Yeah.
You don't get much.
As long as there's somewhere to sit, maybe, on a sunny
Yeah.
day.
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, we're moving in the right direction.
We are.
Well, the lack of garden hasn't fazed them, so the rest of this lovely house will hopefully win them both over.
Oh, wow, this is a nice space, Tony.
Oh, yeah, nice, lovely window, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice space.
Along with the large lounge, all the bedrooms are big, including an attic bedroom with ensuite shower room.
Oh, sweet.
It's got a shower, everything in it.
Yeah. Oh, cool. What do you think?
Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
This is my final throw of the dice. Tony and Chris want 2 very different things. They are quite wide apart. This house brings them as close as I think I'm ever going to get them, so it seems to be going well. Nervous. You've seen enough?
We have.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very nice. Yeah, really like it.
Happy smiling people?
Yeah, yeah.
It's an interesting house, isn't it?
Yeah, good.
It hasn't got a feel about it that makes me go, wow, but I still really like it.
Tony?
Yes, because it is an interesting house. I wasn't expecting the kitchen downstairs.
It's a good room, that down there, isn't it?
It is,
It is, yeah. I think we would make good use of all of the space in this house.
It's a demonstration, if nothing else, that your budget does buy you something that you both like,
Yeah.
that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done my job.
I think you have, Phil, yeah. Tick those
Thank
boxes.
you very much. Yeah, you have.
This was always going to be a tricky one for both Kirstie and I, but I think finally I have seen a chink of compromise from both Tony and Chris.
But the battle isn't over yet.
I'm definitely still team list it. What are you now, Tony?
I think I love it still.
Which way it's going to go, though, at the end, I have absolutely no idea.
Just like my build, all will soon be revealed.
Well, looking around, I have to say, I do rather like Purley. Look, there is some pampas grass just there.
There, look there! Keys in the pot. Bit of pampas grass outside. Who knows what goes on?
Phil, you're obsessed with this whole idea of suburban partner swapping.
Well, I wonder what they're going to do. I mean, Tony's really got his heels dug in, and Chris says he's a very stubborn man. And he doesn't want to move, but I'm sure she's probably quite persuasive as well.
I would think so. I would think so.
And she's really had enough of suburbia.
Yeah, she has.
But who will prevail? Right now, I couldn't call it.
Well, it looks very different from outside.
It looks very different inside, Phil.
Does
I
it?
cannot tell you. I think this is the sort of greatest transformation.
So no swimming pool, but still got the old grass, eh?
Very funny, Phil.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Very, very
How you doing?
well. Phil is still banging on about the pampers.
Yeah. Yeah, is he?
Oh, yeah. He cannot let it go.
Does he want some?
He needs a sheltered life. Really? Yes.
No thanks, Tony. My veggie patch is more than enough for me to tend to.
Yeah, and this is exactly where the jacuzzi used to be.
There's a whole new entrance to the house and hallway through the middle, with a new cloakroom and toilet at the back.
It's quite an entrance.
It is quite an
It's
entrance.
beautiful.
It's quite an
Yeah.
entrance.
But it's what's through the glass doors that I want to see. For this once retro room equipped with pool and bar has been replaced with a huge contemporary social and dining space.
It just gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Oh, my goodness me. Wow.
Yeah,
It's huge.
yeah.
And this was the swimming pool right here.
That was
yeah.
the swimming pool. Yes, just here.
And the transformation is just incredible.
Now, this looks properly amazing.
It does, doesn't it? And what I love about this is that that wall is the same wall, the
Yeah.
beams are the same beams, the Velux windows, they're the same Velux windows. This is not a new structure.
Oh, absolutely
not at all.
not.
No.
As per my suggestion, they've painted the dark wooden beams and ceiling a light colour. They've kept the brick feature wall, so rather than a dated 60s pad, this room now feels like a modern barn conversion. The smell of chlorine's gone. And what's that, Phil? The scent of victory?
How are you coping without a jacuzzi and a bar?
Well, we're struggling.
Well, it's like...
There's
how are we
nothing to
coping
stop
without
you
a
putting a
house?
jacuzzi on there, to be honest. Hot tub, hot tub.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Flush at the neighbours.
Don't
Yeah.
think,
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
don't think the roof would cope with a hot tub.
Nor the people of Purley, I suspect. Plus, hang on a minute, Chris, you're supposed to be on Team Listed. There's no sea or hubbub here.
Next door, no more comedy curtains. The dated lounge and cramped, segregated galley kitchen have been opened up to create one large, beautiful kitchen diner.
Oh, my word. Look at this, guys. Blimey, O'Reilly. Now, I've got to be honest, Phil, there was some debate about this.
Right.
I wanted this to be the sitting room and that to be the kitchen diner. But I have to say, what we see here is an epic transformation.
Correct.
It may be the greatest transformation we've ever had.
But at what cost?
What have you spent, Tony?
In the end, it's round figures about 150.
70 grand over budget. I think that's a award-winning, Tony.
I'm kind of struck, Chris, that that's a huge overspend
Yes,
of a budget when you didn't want to be here anyway.
yeah. I think I don't quite want to say bullied, but I just give in the end because there's only so much... I can only take so much, and then I go, just do it.
Tony's massive overspend is a clever move for Team Love It, but the money has gone to good use.
Which means the old dining area is now a lovely new study space for Chris, and the old entrance is now a useful utility room.
You know what? I think this is amazing. I'm in total, you know, I'm totally in awe of what Chris and Tony have done.
It's incredible, but does Chris love this transformation enough to overlook the fact that it's in suburbia?
Well, I don't know about you, Kirstie, but I've never before seen a swimming pool in a living room.
Yeah.
So it follows that the transformation, I think, has been extreme and fantastic. But regardless of however good it looks today, Chris, you were absolutely adamant at the beginning you didn't want to live in suburbia any longer.
Absolutely.
Either way, I think Tony's played a blinder because he has thrown so much money at the problem that he's created somewhere fantastic to live. I think, you know, congratulations are in order to
absolutely.
you two for having the imagination and the vision to do this.
And for going up against Kirstie. I mean,
And- yeah.
really, congratulations on that. Not many people get away with it. So if we just have a little moment to reflect on some of the houses. The first house, on the day, both of you could not find fault in it.
That's right.
It was within walking distance of the beach and the hubbub of Brighton and everything that offered, and you were both really excited about that. The second house, we should probably gloss over that. The question that you're about to answer is, ultimately, do you now love the property so much that actually being in Purley and suburbia no longer matters?
So, Tony, Chris, are you going to love it?
Or list it?
We are going to list it.
Oh, goodness me! I was quite struck for words.
Good.
I'm going to massive congratulations, and a massive congratulations, Tony, actually, because I think that was probably quite a tough decision for you to take.
I do love what we've done here, and obviously it's a bit soul-searching. I realised that this wasn't a forever house for us, so therefore we would be moving at some stage. So I think you have to bite the bullet sooner rather than later.
It is amazing, actually. I'm surprised. Yes, thank you, Tony.
Yeah. It'll be sad to go, but I think we can really enjoy it for maybe a year or so while we're looking for other properties and where to go to.
Yeah.
So we'll have a good time here, I'm hoping. It's really, the old house was a party house, but now we've upgraded to a more mature party house to go with our age.
And here's to Tony.
Yeah.
Here's to everybody.
Well done.
Cheers,
Well
guys.
done.
Yeah.
This is an unusual turn of events.
Excellent indeed. Thank you very much.
I would say it's my pleasure, but I'm not so sure about
You
that.
said that through gritted teeth. Well done.
I must admit, I'd assumed I was going to go the other way.
No, did you?
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Tony to leave for probably 15 years, so it's just fantastic that he's finally decided that he would like to move too.
No, I think that what you did with the house, or what they did with the house, absolutely phenomenal.
So brave.
Yeah.
So brave. And it really paid off. It looks absolutely fantastic.
It does
It's
look
an
amazing.
utter transformation.
So you have got to the end of the series slightly up.
Yes.
4-3 to Team
4-3.
Love It.
Yeah. Okay.
This means each time we make this series, I get a little bit closer to you.
It is absolutely true.
Well, I'm obviously getting better at my job. That's all I'm saying. I should be practicing in the off season. Well, here's to the next series.
Yeah.
May the best man win.
We're back to a stunning Stirlingshire and a family who had serious size issues.
Duncan can't really fit in the bathroom. He burns his bum on the radiator.
There were glorious views
Wow, brilliant.
and the sledgehammers came out. But eventually, they came to a decision.
Go on then.
Almost 3 years on, and Kirstie's back to find out what happened next for Karen and Duncan.
Can I be completely honest?
Yes.
When I drove up, I was a bit like, what?